Stu TV. Once again, I'm about ready to go into this book, From Kings to Gangsters. If you haven't purchased it, go ahead right now and purchase it at djmadbutcher.wordpress.com, for you can be part of our virtual classes and seminars and lectures and different things I'm going to have on there. So go ahead on our website. It's a form that you kind of like fill out, for we can notify you when we get these classes jumping. However, in order for you to take the classes, family, you have to have not only this book, you have to have this book, The Basic 4 Elements of Hip-Hop Culture, the basics. And we also, that comes with a DVD, which is about an hour or so long. We want you and your family to be part of this informative awareness that we are looking to give to your community, actually around the world at this point, because, you know, everything is internet. And we know a lot of people right now is at home trying to teach their little ones or little big ones information and education and about history or his story. But we need to talk more about our story. And that's where our books come into and play. We talk about it's a very pictorial, a great study resources. This is for all ages, giving you a basic understanding of our African culture and our contributions to dance, speech, rhythm, and visual arts, which is nowadays have evolved to what we call the hip hop culture. That many in this modern times and days, we look at it as gangster music, gangster art form. So we're going to talk about the street arts and the street influences, so to speak, that's actually around the world. You feel me? Like I said, I go into this from kings to gangsters, how we once mighty kings. Now we think we're gangsters, you feel me? And gangsterettes. So here we go. I want y'all to subscribe. I want y'all to like this video for getting to the algorithms, and share this video for we can go ahead and get this message out that I'm ready to drop on the communities around the world. I'm going to go into this book a little bit. Let me see here. I ain't going to go into depth because I want y'all to pretty much purchase the book. Okay? And then that way, we're going to have like a 4-week class that we're going to be doing virtually. And we're going to be doing demonstrations. And we also will dig into some other materials, maybe dictionaries, stuff like that. Not just Googling everything. You feel what I'm saying? Because you may not get all the correct information a lot of times. So they say the best kept secrets are in this thing called a book. All right? So that's why they try to, kept us from reading for hundreds of years at one point. And, get your eyes gouged out, your hands chopped off, all types of craziness for this trying to read, family. And so for us, as definitely as Africans, as black, having the privilege and the opportunity to educate ourselves, to be able to build our brain cells to a better individual and be enlightened, that people call nowadays the Illuminati or the enlightened ones. We was the original Illuminati, or the Masons, or the brick builders of the whole entire earth. And so we need to understand these basic things. So I hear a lot of people saying Black Lives Matter, but African melanated lives matter. Matter of fact, I'm going to come out with some shirts or something. Melanated lives matter. You know what I mean? Because melanin itself is a very powerful, and not only that powerful, but very important substance that is actually people utilize in this society, believe it or not, in sunscreen and all types of stuff that they extract only from one thing, a melanated being. You feel me? And so I want y'all to think about that. I have videos also about, them selling us as body parts. That's in another book, but we're not going to get into that. We are here to talk about From Kings to Gangsters, the basic origins and roots of the hip-hop culture. And one of the chapters that I have in here is, what do you consider yourself? I don't know if y'all can see that from there. Let me zoom in and see what we can come up with. All right, so let me zoom in on what I'm saying here. So this particular brief chapter. It speaks on what do you consider yourself. We're going to look at a geographical look at cultures. Okay? Now, a lot of y'all, if you did not know, during the 13th, during the 18th, 1800s, we was considered freed, right? Y'all know the story, some of y'all. And so, however, we still not a nation. We still not considered, we still was 1/5 of a person. So you're not even a whole person under the Constitution. Okay? And the key thing they say in there is, in the 13th Amendment, is that if you break any crime, then you're considered to go back into slavery. Now, any is a very, very strong word if you never thought about it. Okay? So we need to think about words when we see them a lot of times. And so in the Constitution, it says any crime. Do you know what any crime could be? It could be a simple thing as jaywalking. Okay? He broke the law. Whatever the law is. So you are subject to become a slave again. Something to think about. That was the little clause that they put in the 13th Amendment. So we got in this book, what do you consider yourself? Okay, the geographical look at culture. What do you consider yourself? Some say I'm an American. I'm black. I'm a Negro. Some say, man, I'm a nigga. You have different classifications that we consider ourselves on this particular land I'm talking about. Well, everyone, I'm an Indian. By the way, Columbus was on his way to India, right? And he thought he was in India. So the people he first came in contact with, he considered them as Indians. Because there was already Africans here, all up and down the coast. Okay? North Carolina, what they call it, the teepees, and totem poles and stuff that we used to have all up and down the coast of the East Coast. Okay, was the trading posts that we did between here in America and Africa or Ethiopia or Akabulan. It's taught by our elders. So, what do you consider yourself? I'm a Moor, which means black. I'm a, what we call it? We got all types of names right now. Okay? But the newest one is we're black. I'm a black American. Okay? So let's look at that word. I go into that in here. First of all, we in the African traditions, we understand that there's man, woman, and child. I think in this society, they changed it into the Trinity. What is it? Man, God, the Holy Ghost, the Son, God, and Holy Ghost. So y'all know what I'm talking about, the Trinity. They left out the woman, okay, and call her the Holy Ghost. Okay, let's move forward. So we are considered a percentage of our mother, our father, okay, our great-great-mothers and fathers, a percentage. That means you have a piece of what they call the DNA, RNAs, stuff like that. running through our cells, through our veins. Okay? So, what do you consider yourself? You're probably saying, well, I'm this, that, and the third. But first thing is, what is a culture? So I'm going to read a little bit. I got it from the Webster Dictionary. It says the ideas, the customs, the skills, the arts of a given people in a given period, a civilization. See, we're not civilized when we sitting there shooting each other. You feel me, in the community? We're not civilized when we sitting there turning each other down instead of helping each other. Talking about our brother instead of telling our brother, yo, man, you got a booger in your nose. Can you go blow your nose? You look disgusting. Don't mean to disrespect you, but I love you. Versus, look at that dude over there with the booger in his nose. He's disgusting. He should be this. He should be that. See, that makes the difference of a culture, of civilized men and women, helping the other man, woman, and child to succeed and provide. See, the basic things we need to succeed in, that I feel, that I was taught in many different ways, is food, water, and shelter. All these other things that y'all coming up with, want to be bling bling, have the rims and all that, those are not necessities. Those are wants. Those are desires. You remember in the Bible, don't mean to get too religious, and they talk about how Eve desired the fruit, and then they showed it to my man Adam, who blamed Eve at the end of the day. Anyway, I'm saying he was tempted and he did it too. You see, that's what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about this society, are we civilized amongst ourselves? We don't even have a culture, really. I'm black, I'm this, I'm that. I'm Israelite, I'm Muslim, no, I'm Moor, I'm Christian, Buddha, Kemetic. We go on and on and on and on and on in our African black community. We are more racist or supremacized, thinking we see supreme or superior within our own communities, family. I've been asking different cats, if y'all go back and if y'all have a chance, go back to some of my previous stuff on radios, shows and stuff. I said, how many of y'all have just said hi to your neighbors? Or do you even know y'all 1 block radius? Do you know the names of your people? Or at least y'all say hi to each other? Had at least a 30-second conversation. Hey, you doing all right today? Yeah. Okay. You too. Have a blast. You know, that type of stuff. Something as simple as that. Okay? I'm just saying. So, what do you consider yourself? And in this book, I also go into how is culture, the ideas, custom skills, arts of a given people in a given period, being civilized, important in our everyday life. See, in this book, I try to give you a chance to think for a minute. I want you to stimulate your brain cells. And sometimes you got to ask yourself some questions that you might not have ever asked yourself. And say, oh, I got it. You feel me? So let's move forward. Okay, now I'm going to go into the primary purpose of identifying a name. It's connect the people to their homeland, to pinpoint the geographical regions of their cultures, as was quoted by a Grand Master teacher, John Henry Clark. See, every other culture has a flag as well. representing their nature. I mean, not their nature too, but their nation, my bad. Some cases, their nature, if you really look at the symbolism. But they have a flag, so they have a nation. What is your flag, fam? Okay, it's the red, black, and green. That's the UNIA flag, the Universal Negro Improvement Association, dealing with Marcus Garvey and everything. It never did actually get formulated into an actual culture here. However, that same flag was used in Libya and other things like that. But that's another story. You got to join our virtual classes to go in more depth. Also, subscribe right now if you haven't, and like this video and share this video. I'm not going to take up too much more of y'all time. I'm just going into this a brief part of this book asking, what do you consider yourself? And I go and I got maps showing you how, if I'm Italian, they call themselves, I mean, I don't know if they call themselves that, but we at least know them here as being Italian. Or I'm Greek, so you from Greece. Or I'm Spanish. But hold on, what part of Spanish? You from South America Spanish? Well, they call that Latin. Okay, well, Latin America. Okay, Latin America. Okay, I got it. Spain, so Spanish. Okay, Portugal. I'm Portuguese. We can go on and on. Okay, but let's go into Africa. You know what I'm saying? I'm Congolesian or something, you feel me? I'm from Congo. Then of course they got different little tribes though they can scream off. Cause these tribes it's like it goes what's a man, woman, and child. Go tribe, then it goes clan. Okay, and then we can go into a nation. Okay, I'll let y'all simmer on that for a minute, but also take our classes. We'll go into more depth in our seminars that we going to have online. So go to djmadbutcher.wordpress.com, buy our books, and also sign up for you can be contacted for when we're getting ready to do these virtual classes, family. So let's go into this a little bit more in depth. I also talk about the Grimalaya tribe. Okay. Some of the first inhabitants of Europe was us, okay? It actually had some crazy, heads, but that's okay. Some brothers got some big head. We'll call you big head joker, you know what I'm saying in the hood? We might say that, you feel me? So let's move forward. So basically, I talk about I mentioned even about the Ma'ata book, M-A-A-T-I-T boat, which was selling the seas over 4,000 years ago, fam. What did I just say to y'all a few minutes ago about us all up and down the East Coast, especially like North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, them places where it was inhabitants or quote unquote they call Indians when they got here, but it was Africans or Ethiopians, the burnt skin people, okay? They already here doing trade back and forth, okay, in South America as well. And so we consider ourselves in this particular, we say, I'm an American. Okay, an American means you're from the British Isles. Okay, you're from Britain somewhere, family. That's why they gave you an extra type, Black American or African American. They gave you a hyphen, in front of your name, family. Don't get it twisted. So when they're talking about American, they're talking about a specific actual group. Or they'll say Latin American. Excuse me. Excuse me. Got choked on my own spit. That's crazy. So we got Latin American, okay? Americans and stuff like that. Mexicans, they call them, Stuff like who was really the Aztecs. Okay, who was warriors. Okay, the Apaches. That's who they really are. And there's a couple more other tribes that they wipe the name out. That's who they really are. Matter of fact, I did a lecture in Texas. And if you haven't seen that video, I can get it to you. Just go ahead and contact me. You know what I'm saying? I speak about Texas, in Texas. You feel what I'm saying? And what went down and how they was putting up walls. So walls back then was these forts. Back in the, what was that? 1700s, something like that. Go get the video. I can't remember all the information right now. So anyway, right here from Kings to Gangsters, this is some of the things that I talk about in this book. I talk about also, I'll get one more thing in here. I even talk about Hannibal the Great, okay? Who's Hannibal Benedict, back in what's called the Punic Wars in 216 BC. This guy was tough. He wiped out almost all of the male population of Rome. And they vowed that they pledged allegiance. The mothers did. To avenge our black African butts. Okay? We pledged allegiance. We pledged to the Roman army who during the Punic Wars by this man Hannibal. Almost got wiped out. All of them. But he spared a few. And one of them was the general, or the person, the leader of Rome at that time, son. Okay? Scipio Africanus. A lot of say that's where the name Africa comes from. From the Berlin Conference of the 1880s. If you're not familiar with the Berlin Conference of the 1880s, I advise you to do your research. This is very important for us as a community, as a culture. Okay? I'm not going to go into too much of this because what's a dynasty and who was the first black president? Do you know what a dynasty is? Some of you do, some of you don't. If you don't, please go look it up. I'm going to sign out. Subscribe to our channel, Shadu TV. I hope this has been a very informative piece of awareness right here at Shadu TV, Culture Awareness Ministries. Don't forget, go on our website, djmadbutcher. Okay? Let me find my thing right quick. Go to our website, djmadbutcher.wordpress.com, and purchase this book for you can be part of our virtual classes from Kings to Gangsters, the basic origin of the hip-hop culture arts. And this is a limited edition. I only have a few of this. This is the advanced copies that I'm putting out, okay? And then we have this companion book that goes with it. The basic 4 elements of hip-hop culture that we would love for y'all to go and purchase right now. And for you and your family can take our virtual classes, okay? And also we'll have lectures and seminars and different things like that on our private channel, website, stuff like that. We'll tell you, you got to have special codes and all that good stuff. Y'all know what it is in the virtual world right now. Okay? So, if you're at home teaching your little ones or bigger ones, okay, let's get these books in your homes. Very basic, like I said, very pictorial. Got, nice pictures for them and everything. You feel me? And we go into this one, like I said, basic 4 elements. Not only it comes with a DVD to give you some visuals, and I go into even more depth of stuff in the DVD than in the book. So we'd love for y'all to purchase our book. If you do it online, you'll get a 3rd one for free. This is for free. This is the brief history of the LBC hip-hop in the Blue Ridge Mountain regions. Okay, I just give y'all a brief overview. I had some things got started in my community area, okay, in the Blue Ridge Mountain regions. So we love y'all. We signing out. Shadu TV. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And also press that like button, share, and that notification button. Go get our books now. Stop playing around, family. Right here. DJMadButcher.wordpress.com. Till next time, got some more for you. Signing out.